Yes, you might be having deja vu. It's back. This book is just consuming me right now. And so the weather is actually very cold for July. It's like in the 60s, which is perfect. So I feel like I want to be comforted. So I wanted to make the poached chicken over brothy rice with cilantro scallion sauce. Quick edit, I am not a cilantro person. I'm gonna use parsley, but it's all good. But if you have this book, it's on page 69 to 70. Look how beautiful and delicious and comforting that looks. So that's what I'm gonna make. Get excited, because I'm excited. Let's get started. First things first is the rice, because it takes the longest. The recipe actually calls for jasmine rice, but I'm not into standing at the stove cooking rice right now. So I'm just gonna take what I have, which is some short grain Japanese rice, and I'm going to pop it in my rice cooker and just like let it do its thing. And it's going in. And that's it. Now on to my broth. I've got a big Dutch oven here and I'm gonna just throw a bunch of stuff in. First is the chicken. I have these split breasts right here, skin side up. The parsley stems from my leaves that I'm gonna use later, but I've got the stems here. A couple of heads of garlic that I've cut in half, and some of them fell apart a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna strain it out later. Some ginger that I've just sliced up, and the dark green parts of my scallions, some kosher salt, and some water. Should cover the chicken, but if it doesn't, you can add a little more. And I'm gonna need a little more, so I'll do like 6 cups of water instead of 4. I'm gonna pop this onto the stove, bring it to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm gonna turn the chicken over so that it cooks more evenly. And I'm just going to cook this until the chicken is reaching about 150 to 155 internal temperature. The carryover cooking will kind of bring it to 160, 165 where you want it. This recipe says it should take about 10 to 20 minutes, so I'll just start checking it when I feel the time is right. While I'm waiting for my pot to come up to a boil, I am just going to get started on my scallion cilantro sauce, which I'm using parsley again. So I'm just going to cut the whites up very thinly. These go into a bowl. Now I have my parsley leaves that I was taking off of the stems earlier. So I'm just gonna chop these up too. I'm gonna take them, roll them into a little roll, and hack away. I've got all my greens in my bowl here, except for the jalapeno. I'm not doing jalapeno, no thank you. But the other green I will do is the lime, so I need the juice of a lime. Limes are very well known for not being juicy, so I like to just roll it on the counter, or you can pop it in the microwave for like a few seconds to get it kind of ready. But I also don't want to kill myself in my hands, so I'm going to get my little squeezer anyway. So the juice of a lime. Into the garbage disposal. Ooh, that was a juicy half. And some good extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna give this a little toss and kind of set this aside and let it kind of juice all up. This is what's going to be kind of drizzled all over our chicken and rice. I've got the chicken up to a boil. I flipped it over, just checked the temperature, and we're at about 100 degrees, so we got a little more to go. And the rice is done, so it's just staying on warm, all nice and cozy. We're on our way. Yum. Chicken is at temperature, and I'm letting it rest for a few minutes on a cutting board just so it can be all right to handle, because I do need to take the bone out. But our chicken is done. and I've added a few more cups of water to my broth, but look at how beautifully like fatty that is. Ooh, and I took all the stuff out, just kind of simmer away. Once that happens, I'll take it off the heat, and then it'll be time to serve up. The broth is off the heat, and these have been resting, so I'm going to actually take the skin off, which pains me very much to do because this is gold right here. Just roasted up with some salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. So delicious, but I understand that it's supposed to give the broth like its little fatty feature, but just let you know that it hurts my heart sometimes to do these things. And another thing I like about this cookbook is it has QR codes. One of them for this recipe is how to kind of debone this chicken, and like the ribs are right here, and there's the bone. I got most of it off. I'll pick that off later. Well, I mangled that. I guess I have some more practice to do, but I got two really pretty pieces out of it and kind of tried to pick the rest off. We'll deal with those later. These ones I'll just cut into larger sections, and it's so juicy and like tender. I can feel it. Perfectly cooked chicken, which is hard for me to do because I am not good at cooking white meat at all. But this seems to have done the trick, and I am very proud of myself. We got the goods. Got a nice fat scoop of rice right here. Nice and spread out. Ooh, it's good and sticky. Then plop on my chicken. Ooh, it's cute. And I'm going to ladle some broth in here. Got some broth down at the bottom here. Final touch is my little green mixture. I'm just going to kind of give this a little spready spread. Of course, finish it off with some flaky salt. Look at that. I'll get you a better view. You can see all the fat in that broth. Oh, it's so beautiful. And the finished product looking real good. Cooking this has made the temperature in this house rise just a little, but it's okay. Worth it. Eat up. It smells heavenly. That parsley and scallion sauce is beyond. I'm gonna be making a lot more of that. Ooh, with the broth in here and the rice and the chicken and those herbs, it tastes like kind of really thick chicken soup. This is delicious. You need to make it. That parsley is fresh. Enjoy.